Here are some unusual phobias that you've probably never heard of. Number 1. Triophobia, fear of holes. Sufferers of this phobia fear objects with small holes. It is not yet considered an official phobia, although thousands of people are reported to suffer from it. According to new research, triophobics associate holes with danger. Examples of triophobia range from nausea and itchy skin to full-blown panic attacks. Triskaidekaphobia, fear of the number 13. Many people are superstitious about the number 13, but few have a fully fledged phobia. It is closely associated with the fear of Friday 13. Sufferers take great care to avoid using or doing anything related to the number. Number 3. Arithmophobia, fear of numbers. Many people grow up dealing with class, but people with arithmophobia have a genuine fear of numbers. People with this fear usually experience anxiety associated with doing math or dealing with numbers in general, versus fear of actually seeing the number symbols. The fear of numbers is also sometimes referred to as numerophobia. Arithmophobia can significantly impair a person's life as it is difficult to do many tasks or occupations without dealing with numbers. Number 4. Plutophobia, fear of money. Many people probably wish they had more money, but plutophobia is a fear of money or wealth. People with this may fear becoming wealthy themselves or have a fear of wealthy people. They generally dread money itself and having to deal with money. People with this fear may potentially sabotage their career to prevent them from making more money or becoming wealthy. The fear of becoming wealthy may stem from the fear of responsibilities or the pressures associated with it or the fear of getting robbed. Number 5. Octophobia, fear of the number 8. People with octophobia not only fear the symbol 8 as it appears written down or addresses or in advertisements, but they can fear objects present in groups of 8. The fear of the number 8 may come from its resemblance to the infinity sign. It may also come from a traumatic event involving the number 8, such as an incident that happened on the 8th of the month. Number 6. Optophobia, fear of opening one's eyes. This fear can be extremely debilitating as it is hard for an individual to carry out daily activities without opening their eyes. People with this phobia may prefer to stay indoors or in dimly lit areas. This phobia is usually associated with a generalized anxiety disorder. Like so many other phobias, this fear is usually the result of a traumatic incident. Number 7. Omphalophobia, fear of belly button. People with this phobia will avoid seeing or touching belly buttons, even their own. They might even put a bandage over their belly button to avoid looking at it. They will sometimes avoid places where belly buttons might be exposed, like the beach. Number 8. Linonophobia, fear of string. A person with this phobia will have an extreme reaction when even thinking of string, let alone seeing it in person. People with this phobia will avoid string or anything to do with string, such as sewing or tying shoes. This usually develops from a negative association with string that may stem from a fear of being restrained or restricted. It can also develop simply from watching these events on television. Number 9. Chetophobia, fear of hair. This phobia can be a fear of a person's own hair, other people's hair, or even animal hair. People with this phobia might be afraid of a hairball on the ground or combing their hair. They will generally avoid situations where other people touch their hair and often find it extremely difficult to get haircuts. This phobia may arise from a traumatic experience involving hair. Some examples are a bad haircut or losing large amounts of hair, such as going bald. It could also be caused by someone believing that hair is dirty and not wanting to come into contact with it. Number 10. Vestiphobia, fear of clothing. For many people, this manifests as a fear of a specific garment. For others, it might come from a fear of tight-fitting clothing that causes them to feel restrained. In other cases, it is a fear of all clothing. It can also arise from an allergy to a specific type of fabric or a traumatic event associated with a certain piece of clothing. For example, there have been cases from former soldiers develop a fear of military clothing.
If you like the video, do subscribe to get contents like these, and also it would make me happy.